Driving dish, George's driving dish.
Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 6 of George Niang's Driving Dish podcast. We have one of my all-time favorite guys, MCTV, Mike Conley. What's going on, man?
What's good, my brother? How you doing?
Just living it up, man. I was kind of getting sick of people and Donovan lose on ESPN playing video games, so I'm glad that you could pick up the slack and win the horse competition for us Jazzmen.
Yeah, anything I can do to help, man. Just trying to win,
Just a team guy. That's why we love you, brother. We really appreciate you coming on, man. Seriously, it means a lot. How about you fill us in on, what your quarantine life has been? We know you have 2 kids. You're expecting a third. You and Mary. Number 3. It's only right.
Number 3, man. Having kids makes the quarantine thing. You really get to know your family really quickly. That's the biggest thing I've been doing, just being around them more than anything. Obviously, y'all saw my gym via the horse competition, so I've been in there a lot, trying to pass the time. Otherwise, just playing video games, watching TV, outside if it's warm. It's been cold up here, so trying to figure that out. But trying to stay busy.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that and talk about your gym, because I went on a hike with Joe Ingles. It was one of the first times I saw him. We're practicing social distancing. In Utah, there's a lot of space out here. We're 6 feet away, and we were just talking about it, and I was like, man, forget Donovan or Rudy or even you, Joe. Mike's going to come back and be the best. He's the one who has a gym. He can be shooting all the time.
That's the plan.
The takeover. That's awesome, man. So what are you doing like a day-to-day basis? We know you have kids. We know you have a family, but what is your routine like? We know that you have access to a gym. So has anything really changed, or are you just kind of having more immediate family time right from the gym? You're asked to go change a diaper or babysit right after shooting threes.
Yeah, nothing has changed. Like for me in the off season, my day is about the same as it is now. I don't really go out unless I go golf, but I can't do that right now. But other than that, wake up in the morning, eat breakfast. The kids will normally come down while me and my wife work out, and they'll mess with us the whole time, and be in the gym running around when I'm trying to shoot the basketball. They don't want to rebound. They just want to be in the way. Just kind of do what they do, and when I do conditioning or something, they'll try to chase me up and down just to make it fun. But outside of that, man, as soon as we're done with the court, it's straight to lunch, nap time, wait for them to wake up, and then get back at it, go outside. They love to just play in the yard. They like to do this parkour game where they jump around the trees and bricks and stuff and cut themselves up. It's just crazy stuff, but it keeps them busy, and I don't mind that.
Not only is Mike Conley good on the court, he is an all-star dad. I don't know how you do it, because I'm struggling just trying to take care of myself. I'm just trying to keep this belly that I have from growing. You know what I mean?
I think you're doing a good job, bro.
Now tell me this, Mike. You told us, what you're doing inside and how you're keeping busy and different things like that. That's all cool. That's all great. But let us know, what is Mike Conley looking forward to most when this is over?
A good sit down, dinner. Just go out and just eat everything and just enjoy some good wine and just let your hair down and relax. You know what I'm saying? Just not so much tension. I think it'd be cool.
Go out to eat and not have to worry about squirting 3 things of hand sanitizer in your hands before you talk to anybody or reach across the table.
Right.
Man, I hear you on that. Can I be invited to that dinner and not have to pick up the tab?
Oh no! See, how this works is you're about to be up pretty soon, and I'm from what I know, you lead the league in so many different categories and things, and we know those categories. I don't have to bring them up now. There's a bunch of those categories. 3-point percentage. I mean, your pace of play is unbelievable. And we know that you're up there. So people are gonna see that, and it's gonna be, you're gonna get a top dollar I expected. So I'm expecting some good dinners, and next time we get together.
Hey, if you can make that happen, it almost flashes me back to I forget where we were on the road, and I was sitting there trying to give you a little positive treatment and gas you up, and you're like, G, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get you paid. I'm gonna get you paid, G. Just keep making them shots.
That's all I care about, man.
Hey, Mike's a man of the people. I had the mayor on here a couple episodes before, but you're a man of the people, just like she's a woman of the people. So,
yes, sir.
But Mike, obviously we'll get into it, a little bit later in this episode. But obviously you like to golf, but you're a big video game guy. What video games do you love to play?
Right now, honestly, it's just between like 3 games. I play Madden, Call of Duty, Gears of War. They're probably only 3 games I play. Call of Duty, I just started playing more because of the Warzone mode, and then Royce and Donovan, those guys, have been trying to get me on that. So finally like gave in and got on at it, having fun doing it.
Those guys, Royce and Donovan, those guys are bad influences. If you're watching this, Royce and Donovan, bad influences.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm surprised there's no college football in there. You're a big Buckeye. OH.
Now, hey, did you watch the draft yesterday by chance?
My goodness. How many of your guys went in the first round?
We had a bunch. I know that. And we had like 2 in like the first 3 or 4 picks. And the Burrow kid is unbelievable, but I claim him as a Buckeye too. He was once here. So we just got this hotbed, man. It's just unbelievable.
It's just a factory for pros, huh, Mike? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Just a little bit of recruiting right here. But if you want to go to the league, hey, Ohio State might be where it's at. You know what I mean?
Hey, you might get some sanctions on Ohio State just by saying that. I mean, they just seem to give them out freely to Ohio State. I don't even know why anymore.
Stop.
No, but obviously we talked about video games, but you're a golfer. I mean, tell us more. Tell me what your favorite course is to play on in the whole world, because you're global Mike. You'll golf down in Cabo. You'll golf anywhere. So tell me what your favorite course is, and then fill us in on how good you are and what your handicap is.
Yeah, I love golf first off, but I got the opportunity last summer to play at Pebble Beach for the first time, and it was probably the coolest of all the courses I've been to. Now I have a few in here in Ohio, like Muirfield Village and the Golf Club and Double Eagle. These 3 courses I play a lot because they're close by the house. But so I get out as much as possible. Wherever I'm at, wherever I travel, I try to play. But handicap right now is like a 6, probably trending upward because I'm not playing a lot because of the quarantine. But
you don't have a golf simulator in the house?
Hey man, I knew you was gonna ask that, so I gotta answer honestly. I do have a simulator at the house, but
Miles ruined it.
Yeah, see, I should have put a picture of the mat right now, how it looks. It's just ripped up. We had to try to fix that the other day, so it just doesn't work.
Oh, Miles, your son is one of a kind. I tell this story to my friends all the time, is when you tell me stories of like something how he was acting up at home. Like this is my favorite story when he came down and saw you signing autographs in the tunnel, how all of us sign autographs. Then he got home and your wife was telling you how he was trying to sign the clothes in your closet.
Yes. Oh, I was taken aback. I was kind of hurt that he was trying to put permanent marker on my clothes, but the kid really looks up to his dad and he just wants to, do what I do, and that's cool.
We're going to dive into fashion, but I have one more golf question for you, and I'll give you mine. If you could golf with one person, they don't have to be good, they can be funny, or if you want to play, you're a competitive guy, so you maybe want to golf with someone really good. But I was watching Entourage yesterday, and there was a scene where, Turtle and Vince, they got to golf with, Tom Brady and Mark Wahlberg. I'm more of a guy where I'd, Vince Vaughn, you know, Will Ferrell. I don't care if you're good or not. I just need the laughs and the good time. Who would fill out your foursome for golf?
That's a great question. Will Ferrell's a good one. I'd probably pick. I'd probably have to go with Mike Epps as one for sure.
Indie guy.
Yeah, indie guy. My guy. See what he looks like on the golf course. Let me think of another one. Probably like. Yeah, I guess like a Kevin Hart, like, you know, somebody like that.
You just want someone to make you laugh and let you win. That's what you're telling me, Mike?
Well, win first. Let me win first, and then the laughs will come afterwards for sure.
We know that you're signed as a Jordan Brand athlete. Obviously, you know, I'm sure you're real excited about that, especially with, you know, what has come out on TV with Michael Jordan's Last Dance. Can you speak a little bit to that with any, you know, your relationship with Michael Jordan, and, you know, obviously you're old enough to understand, you know, when he was playing, what it was like, and any personal experiences that you've had with him?
Yeah, man, I'm honestly still so excited and blessed to be a part of the Jordan Brand family, because obviously for a lot of us out there, Michael Jordan's an idol. He's one of the reasons why we all picked up a basketball to play, try to be like Mike, you know, kind of deal. And I got to meet him. I can't remember. I might have been 5 or 6 years old. And my dad was at some event or charity event, and Michael was there. And I got to meet him, and you know, I didn't say 2 words to him. I was too nervous, too scared. But got to take a picture, shake hands, and do all that. And from that day forward, it was like, you know, I'm Michael Jordan, everything. Like, I'm only gonna wear this, I'm only gonna do that. Obviously, as I got older, you know, you realize there's other companies and you gotta, you know, do all those other things. But finally, I got the opportunity to be a part of the brand, and you know, it's like a full circle type of deal for me, being able to be a part of the guy that I look up to and idolize as far as basketball and all that's concerned. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, just sitting back and watching that documentary, I'm mad at you, actually. I'm mad that you would let me say that anybody else is a better player ever, because he is just ridiculous. And Mike, why were you holding out for me? Why didn't you tell me that he was that good?
Sometimes the best way to learn is you got to do it on your own. You know, I can't hold your hand. I can't just, you know, explain to you how good he was, or the feeling that you got every time he touched the ball with 5 seconds to go. You just knew it was going in. Like, you just knew it. Like, there was no other thought. Like, it was that feeling. You got to experience it yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. But as a Jordan Brand athlete, you know, obviously I'm not sure how much interaction you can have with him because he's a part of, you know, the Charlotte Hornets. But how is your relationship with Michael Jordan, you know, to this day and right now?
We've spoken probably a few times throughout the years, not much. He golfs a lot. I'm waiting on the invitation to the golf course, but I think he plays a little bit too fast for me. I like to take my time and you know, throw the grass in the air, check the wind.
Oh, that's funny. Well, speaking of, you know, funny, Jordan Clarkson was on here, and people think his fashion is more of on the funny side, and he wears outrageous things. You, my man, you always have a clean look. Who got you into fashion, and who motivates you, you know, to wake up every day and kind of have a smooth, clean look, whether it's on the plane? You know what I mean? Your sweatpant game is unmatched, impeccable. But let's talk about your fashion and how you really got into it, because it seems like, you know, you may not be out there, but you know how to dress and what you're talking about when it comes to fashion.
I love the gas, but how this got to, you know, started was back in, you know, my rookie second year, you know, stuff like that. We were wearing the bigger clothes and all that, you know, wasn't in fashion or whatever. So you never really have to worry about that. But we came in and we would dress this way, and I was like, one day I came home, I was like, man, I gotta dress better. Like, something's gotta change. So just so happens my good friend Michael Red, who lives not too far from me here, played in the league for a while and all-star and all that. He had a brother-in-law that was in the fashion and did the whole stylist thing. And I was like, he's like, yeah, try it out. Let me know. If it's something that you interested in doing. Long story short, we met up, struck a deal, and kind of figured out what I wanted to portray myself as. Like, I'm not, I can't be Jordan Clarkson. He's unique. You know what I mean? Like, he's a unique.
Nobody's touching him.
I just can't pull it off. So I'm like, man, just put me in a zone where it kind of matches my personality. Like, just solid, quiet, but cool at the same time. And we kind of just took off from there. Now we're just making moves while we do it.
You motivate me to be better. I even got my own hoodie. Can that be fashionable? If I put like a Chanel or like Gucci right here, would that be?
I think it just depends on what you wear, like what jeans and shoes you're wearing. Like that can be worn it can be worn anything, bro. Put a blazer over that. It's not even close.
Oh man, hey, you know what, Mike? I don't know where I'd be without you. Probably somewhere in a negative mental place. But because of you, I'm always upbeat and happy. Let's take this back to your childhood. Obviously, growing up, your dad is I would say kind of a big deal. Olympic track gold medalist. Something quick. At what age were you able to beat him in a sprint?
It probably took me till I was like 15. He could move.
You were waiting for him to age, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't wait. Now I could beat him in basketball way before that, but as far as running, like he just unique. He's athletic as ever, but don't let him know I said that.
Now, tell me this. Like, so growing up, did you like run track, and then like, did he like kind of like mentor you in that? And how did basketball come along with it? And did you play a little football back in the day too?
Yeah, I played everything. Like track was never one of the sports. I kind of did a little like elementary track meets and stuff that you would have, or like things like that. I was actually on the high school team my freshman year, but outside of that, I was just strictly, growing up baseball, basketball, football, and slowly baseball kind of fizzled out. Football, I started to look at the guys starting to get bigger and stronger, and I was kind of staying the same. I was like, I don't think this look good for you, boy. So I just kind of shifted the focus to basketball, and my dad was cool with it. Like, he never pressured me to run track or do certain things. He was happy with basketball and whatever choice I made, so it made it easy to just work at that.
That's real cool. Especially when you have someone that has, I don't want to say reach the top of the mountain, but for a lot of people, winning a gold medal is pretty impressive. Did that, add motivation to your game or to basketball, that you wanted to be just as successful, as your dad was in his field?
I think more so than anything, it just laid a foundation of, what success looked like and how you prepared for it. For me, I knew at a young age, like, nothing's going to come easy, and you got to go out there and in his case, be running sprints and jumping, 30, 40 times, working on technique and strengthening your body in different areas, and taking care of your body. So like all those things just kind of, I saw that on a daily basis, and knew if I applied that same kind of focus to the game of basketball, which I wanted to be a part of, that I have a shot at being pretty good at it.
Look at you now. You're just all right. You're pretty solid.
Now I'm on drive and dish, and you know what? It's the beginning, and I am expecting nothing but big things coming from you, George. Big things.
You know what, Mike? Like I said, I appreciate all the compliments, man. But you went to Ohio State. I mean, obviously, you were not the most, I wouldn't say the top recruit to go there, because Greg Oden, was going there with you, and I'm sure there was a ton of media attention surrounding you guys, because Greg Oden was projected to be the #1 pick. There was just a lot of hype around you guys. go back to 18-year-old you being able to handle that. And I know we've talked about this, time and time again about, when you played, you weren't even thinking about going one and done. And then it just you just kept your head down and stuck to your journey. And then it all happens. And that year you were picked 4th by the Memphis Grizzlies in the 2007 draft. Just take me back to how you handled, that pressure or no pressure at all. And then kind of handled your life, going forward with, the success that has come your way.
It was unique because, with Greg and also Daquan Cook, who was projected to be a lottery pick as well, and he's one and done type of player. There was no focus on me, so it was for college ball. It was easy for me to, just work in the shadows, do what I do. I didn't have to worry about as much attention as Greg and Daquan or anybody else in the team kind of really had. But as the season went on, it became more and more evident that I was becoming a bigger and bigger part of the team, especially coming to the tournament time, and things kind of took off in the tournament. And not once did I think about, even in the tournament time, after the championship game, didn't think about the league or, if that was even an option for me, because I always knew it was Greg and Daquan's option, but mine was I'm gonna be in school for 3-4 years and I'm gonna do my thing or whatever. And then obviously my dad approached me and Coach Mata approached me and was like, you have a decision to make. And I'm like, my decision, I'm staying in college. I don't know what you mean. No, you don't understand. Things have changed. You could go high draft pick. I'm like, stop. I didn't believe anything he was saying, but just took a step back and was like, man, this is it's all real. And you kind of think back how many kids get opportunity to do what they love to do, and that window is very, very small for a lot of individuals. So just had to take that leap, and it was a scary little process because I was never prepared for that or preparing for that. It was just something that just happened. But I think I learned a lot just from that final year. That first year in Memphis and playing around a bunch of grown men and what I needed to do to be successful in the NBA. So it was a process that was, like I said, it was scary, but don't regret it at all.
It seems to have played out pretty well. You're in your 13th season. This was the 13th season.
Yeah, 13. It went by quick, man. It by quick.
13 seasons, and this guy, if we go back in the record books, he might have the most teammates in the history of having teammates. But he still is the best guy. He still opens up to everybody. He still is welcoming. But Mike, obviously you probably as a 19-year-old kid, you kind of enter, real life. How hard of an adjustment was that for you? You go to a city of Memphis where you're from Ohio, Indiana, so it's not, that far, away from you, but you're still hopping into a new life. What were some of the toughest adjustments for you, going forward as a young kid in your professional career? And now talk about how having a routine now and a family has kind of, helped or helped you evolve into the man and player that you are today.
Yeah, good question. It was, I think first off, it was just, you're finally you're on your own for real. You don't realize that because you go to college and you think that you're grown and you got all these independence and all that, but you're still under, schedules of, the classes and coaches and meetings and all these things. The first preseason game, I'm sitting around after our pre-shoot around, whatever, waiting on, when's our meal? When do we eat? Or when's the team, whatever. And they're like, and I didn't eat that day because I'm just waiting on, the schedule, somebody to tell me something. They're like, no, we don't. And you go get your own food. You're a grown man, kind of thing. And I was like, oh, okay. So it was just from that point on, I was like, man, everything is on me now. I got to go do it myself. And it was a whole new world. But at the same time, man, it just, I was humbled to be around such great vets. I had, Mike Miller, Damon Stoudemire, Stromile Swift. Brian Cardinal he's one of my all-time favorite guys. Really looked after me and kind of steered me in the right direction on, how to eat, what to do, how to, approach the game. But as I grew older and you focus so much on the game, you focus so much on yourself. When you get married and the kids start happening, like everything shifts, you know what I mean? Like the things that you could do before, all the time you could put in, I could go hoop in the mornings, go do something else and go hoop again at night and like not bat an eye. And now it's like, I'll go hoop when those kids let me go hoop. When time is right, when that window is ready, I can go do it. So it's like your priorities change a little bit, but it's all great because it just gives you a balance that you never knew you needed as a youngster.
You have to somewhat send your attention to other people. I know nothing about that. You see the bachelor pad. We're just roaming around here on our own. I come and go as I please. I would say I hoop when I want, but I don't have one. Like you actually, right outside that door, Mike, that's we have a little outdoor mini basketball hoop. That's where I get my shots up in the morning.
Yes.
My dribbling drills.
I love it.
Now we're going to dive into some basketball questions. Who is the toughest matchup that you've had to play in your 13-year legendary career?
I've always said this. I believe it to be Gilbert Arenas. My first few years was a nightmare.
Hibachi.
Yeah, the hibachi. He could shoot it, with that range like Steph and those guys, but he was just so strong. You know what I mean? Like Baron Davis and those guys are just big, strong, athletic people. And I mean, you couldn't. He could handle it. He could get around you. When he got on the side of you, it was a wrap. Kind of like Harden in today's game. So I mean, it was tough for a youngster, young Mike.
And Gilbert Arenas will let you hear about it too. He's not like some of these other guys that score on you and pushing. He's gonna let you know what's going down.
Oh yeah, he let me know, and we actually became teammates. Like you said, I've had a lot of teammates. We became teammates for a year and a half, and he reminded me of that every day.
That is too funny. Now, I mean, this might be a controversial question, but I heard this on a Instagram live interview the other day. If you could play someone one-on-one now that in the beginning of your career was better than you, who would it be? You could say you plead the fifth. I know this is gonna.
Yeah, I could plead the fifth. If I could, I would have to use somebody who is long retired that I know I could beat today. But I still think if they were in their prime, they might be better than me. You know what I mean? Like
you're gonna say Allen Iverson or something?
Yeah, I gotta go at AI. I gotta go at Steve Nash. I gotta go at all them cats. But because they definitely let me have it the first few years of my career.
You've been doing this thing, a long time, a long time. I just want to know what keeps you going every day, because I've mentioned this to other people before. If you sat yourself down at 18 years old and said, hey, I'm going to have, a lot of accolades, play with a lot of great players, been to the Western Conference Finals, accomplished so many things on a personal level, made enough money to support myself and my family. What wakes you up and keeps you driven to, even during this period, to wake up every day and just continue to work and try to better yourself?
First off, it's more like my family. I think as I got older and started having kids, like I said, it changed a little bit, and I wanted to be able to be a role model for them in a way on the court that, and me play long enough for them to remember me on the court, and have success on the court, and just to see their dad and have something to root for and believe in. That's a big part of it, but really, I think it's ultimately just the love of the game. I think we all kind of have that that fire hasn't died. You wake up every day and you whether you get better or not, you really feel like there's something I can improve on. There's something I can do to get better today. So let me try that or try this. And, just never kind of being satisfied is kind of the approach, I guess, I've had each year, just coming back with something.
I love it. I love it. Since we're getting, real deep and emotional, we might as well keep going, right?
Sure.
How does, with your career, how would you like to be remembered? How would you like people to remember, Mike Conley?
Well, hopefully with your help, you remember me as a champion. That would be number one. Man, that would be just awesome. So I really do need you and the rest of the guys on this. But other than that, is just, that a guy that gave everything to the game, fierce competitor and, ultimate teammate now. Gets a couple of sportsmanship awards, you can say that. But just a guy that just earned everybody's respect. I don't need 12 all-star appearances or anything like that to kind of validate what I've done in my career or how I feel about my career. Really, just honestly, just knowing that each and every guy I've played against and been teammates with understand who I am and what kind of player I've been, for my career.
You definitely don't need any more accolades. People know night in and night out how good you can be. That's for sure. You had a better appearance than me when I was in my hometown in Boston, man. I was trying to put on a show and you stole it right from me.
Well, you told me you needed to win bad. So that was number one. Whatever we got to do.
Pick what you want, George.
Okay.
Mike, we're going to try to transition into a fun segment. Obviously, I'm the minivan. You've been a supporter since day one. Let me tell you guys, we had a minivan t-shirt that I've been wearing the last 4 episodes. We got those as a team, and literally every day that Mike Conley is on the court, he has a couple issued shirts, and he wears it every single time. He's a minivan supporter, so don't ever doubt that. But Mike, obviously I'm the minivan. If you had to describe yourself in the form of a car, what would you be? Because I was thinking, more like a 2-door coupe, Maserati. What you think?
I've never actually seen one of those up close, but I know they're fast. I'm not like that right now, so I think that for me, I'm probably like a Tesla.
Efficient.
And efficient, quiet, don't make no sound. Very high IQ, it's kind of like who I am.
You move so fast, these electric cars move fast. But, sneaky fast. You know what I mean? You're not just out here hooting and hollering. You're moving at a fast pace, not too loud, though.
Smooth as fast, brother. Smooth as fast.
I like that. Well, during this quarantine time, we've had a lot of time to think about a lot of different things. I've been adding things to my bucket list by the minute. So I'm gonna give you 3 of mine.
All right.
And then you're gonna give me 3 of yours. Is that fair?
Yeah, sounds good.
I need to get a vacation because I don't know when it will ever, but it needs to be to the Maldives, where you can walk out the back and you're in the ocean and you can kind of dive in the pool or just go into the ocean. I need that.
Yeah.
Then I want to take a catamaran off the southern tip of Italy.
You got it planned out. That's real life stuff.
Hey man, you gonna let me finish the last one? I'm
sorry.
No. I'm just kidding. I do got it planned out. I've had a lot of time to think, Mike. I don't have kids to babysit or diapers to change. And the last one is I want to go skydiving. Don't tell the NBA though.
Nah, that was out the picture for me. You can have that one. I'm afraid of that, for real. But have fun.
And there's the 4th one is buy my teammates Rolexes if I ever make enough money.
Oh wow. See, the 4th one I feel like was geared towards a Donovan or Rudy. But
Boyan.
Boyan. We got about my boy Boyan, brother. He's the man.
All right, let's hear your 3, man.
I think number 1 right now would be literally just being able to drop the kids off at either grandparents' home and actually just sit at our house. Even though we've been quarantined here, just be able to have the house and just sit and do nothing. That'd be awesome. 2, Mount Everest. That would be and not saying I would go up there and like, I'm not the best hiker or anything, so I would not make it to the top, but I would like to like say that I like climbed a little bit or something, and got to see it. Third, I'd love to go to Dubai. Spend a week in Dubai, like just seeing everything and doing the most. I think that's one of the places you see on pictures and Instagram and all that. Seems really next level stuff over there.
Well, to wrap this up, Mike, if you had any advice for any undersized guards or guys that have been overlooked, underrated, for most of their careers, what would you say about them pursuing their dreams of being an NBA player and being the best them that they can be? Because you obviously, you're much more than a basketball player. You're a great guy in the community. You do so much for the people around you.
For all us little dudes out there, guys that are undersized like myself, you just honestly stay grounded, being who you are. Believe in yourself more than anything. I think that's key. As soon as you start to doubt, and doubt creeps in on anything you do, whether it's sports, school, anything in life, it affects you, in a bad way. I think really just have to try to find role models, try to find people, whether it's other basketball players or parents or somebody that you can look up to, a brother or anybody like that, and pick their brain. And try to figure out how to better yourself in so many different aspects of life, because this game is a game at the end of the day, and we only get to play it for so long. But being undersized, man, if you really put your mind to it and lock in on the details of how you can affect a game or your play every single night against bigger, stronger competition, and not back down, never be afraid, I think you'll be fine.
Spoken like a true champ over there. I love it. I love it. He's a great dad. He's a great basketball player, but he's an even better person. Mike Conley, thanks so much for coming on, brother.
My guy, thank you, man. Please have me back on episode 2001.
I don't know if we're going to make it that far. They might cut me off before that, brother.